Hi everybody, I'm Rootscar.
I'm John.
I'm Mumbles.
And I'm Seamus.
Oh, by the way, that whole
Are you
Mumbles
sure about
remembering
that,
her name
Mumbles?
thing, that Mumbles remembering her name thing, you probably want to, like, savor that while you can, because that's not going to be a factor too much longer.
Sorry to bother you with
So we're gonna play the drinking game while we
Yeah,
record.
so
problem.
after
what
last
we
week,
did.
we decided, what the hell, why not? So we're just gonna throw everything out the window, and we're gonna, Mumbles and I are going to play the drinking game while playing the game.
What actually
So we're
happened
gonna-
was we decided that Mumbles or Josh would probably kill someone if they weren't happy drunk, so we figured we might as well liquor them up and then get
How would you know if I get happy drunk or not? How do you know that when I get drunk I get mean? You think I'm mean sober?
Because you talk
See what
about
happens
it
when I get 2
all the
beers in me.
time.
I think most of my security cameras indicate that generally you're of a genial disposition.
Get those
when you're
out of
drunk.
my goddamn room.
Okay, so do you want me to, like, be able to predict your behavior minutely to every tiny embarrassing detail? Or do you want me to have security cameras in your house? Because we can't have both, Mumbles. We
Oh,
can't
lovely.
have both.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, also,
I'm-
it's probably for the best that Seamus and I are the ones who aren't drinking, because we're in charge of the timer, and we have enough trouble with that when we're sober.
Yeah, I remembered to start mine. Yeah, I'll be the designated commenter, and Rutskarn's not old enough to drink, so this is what you get. Drunk Josh and Drunk Mumbles. Enjoy.
I've never drunk commented on a game before. I can't.
Neither have
say that
I.
That's ever happened.
I
But,
was
just
drinking
so-
during
You're
the
drunk
last
playing a game,
episode
though, that's
of- Well, yeah. I was drinking during the last episode of Mass Effect, but I think, you know, that was like... I deserved that, damn it. So,
Hey, you were drinking during the last episode of Mass Effect?
I can
was.
tell.
It wasn't anything, like, serious or anything like that.
Yeah, okay, we should emphasize that we are what's happening here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
so
about to say,
our
rocks fell.
our,
Everyone died.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much that,
basically.
except it was bullets.
Yeah,
as soon as
I
you get
did-
here, everyone in your party of, like, merchants is wiped out by the resident jackasses, the White Legs. White Legs are basically just about the only villain in this area, besides random environmental monsters like geckos and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? I
Yeah.
liked 2 of the people in the party. I was like, oh, this lady's interesting. I want to hear her story. Yeah, by the way, I played Honest Hearts. Like, I just beat Honest Hearts about a half hour before we began the show. So that I would have
And
something to say.
Mumbles generously donated me a copy, so I've played through it as well. So don't worry, this isn't another dead money situation. We all know what we're getting into. Some of us might not remember it in 20 minutes, but, you know.
Shut up.
And I really liked all the characters that we both of the characters that we teamed up with, and I figured they wouldn't survive for long, but I didn't think they'd die in the first 15 seconds.
Now, I want to say,
Yeah.
first off, that I really sort of appreciated how we're bringing it back to actual tribes, because, like, it's hinted that, like, there's tribals and stuff in in Arizona and in other states, and that's not as civilized as the NCR. But in Fallout New Vegas, there's no real counterpoint to the sort of democratic society the NCR is creating. We don't get to see the people that they're civilizing as much, except for the Great
Right.
Ones. Like, that's one thing that was much stronger in the original Fallout. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
that was one thing that was much stronger in the original Fallout, was that there was more tribes around, and you sort of got a feel
That
for
was
what it
another
like
drink.
for people who weren't
That-
part of the.
By the way, that inventory binge was another drink, guys.
Inventory
Yeah, I think
binges
we've got,
have to
like-
be.
The rules.
I'm halfway through my beer.
Yeah, you know what I loved about this is they brought it back to tribals, and these tribals have been mostly isolated for all these years, and so the storytellers actually try their hand at language drift, where there are some people that don't, like these guys that we're talking to, like Follows Chuck,
came from outside, didn't you?
kind of has a strong accent, doesn't know a lot of words.
Joshua will want to hear
We've
about
drifted apart linguistically, and there are even other people that have another language entirely. That's some bold stuff, and I liked that the storytellers tried to do that.
Joshua keeps
Oh,
saying
I just
it
want to
So
ask.
this
am I
guy
the only
right
one- sorry,
here.
But how
real
can
quick,
it
Josh.
not be?
I just want to ask. Am I the only one guy who accidentally shot this guy their first time?
I killed this
Totally
guy the
did.
first time. Never realized
Yeah.
it. He runs up behind
Did.
that guy,
Please,
if you were paying attention,
go to
and
a
like
camp on
stabs
Visitor
him,
Virgin.
like the White Legs
Yeah.
guy. So I figured he was just another White Legs guy because I didn't see him stab him, and he was so far away when it happened.
Yeah, he's
how
a
it was for me
half-naked
was-
man.
Yeah,
Good season.
how it was for me is I
So
get off
I
the bridge.
shot him, and I just get this
You can tell me
spam
where you came
of
from.
"you failed the quest." I was like, wait,
You failed
what?
like 6 quests. You failed like 6 quests in one go. And like, but no, how it was I come off the bridge, I'm getting sprayed by assault rifle fire from the ridge, I can't really see him, he's behind a bush. So I pull out my anti-material rifle, get down, lay my scope up, and I see a dude up there.
See that?
Boom, headshot.
Take a closer look.
And then you fail. I did not kill him. I shot at
If
him,
honey
and then he
mesquite pods are
wasn't.
good stuff.
He didn't shoot back, and I was like, "Wait, what's going on here? Wasn't he shooting me a minute ago?" And then I figured it out. But yeah, not the best introduction to that character.
Yeah.
Is him jumping into your sight.
We follow this path for
Um,
a while.
And on the topic of tribals, I have to admit I never really liked tribals. I mean, I don't mind the idea of like people after the apocalypse, like,
Forming tribes. I mean, like,
yeah,
like,
forming like tribes and like yeah, like
Clans.
killed this green gecko, but that doesn't
I
usually
love this-
happen because green geckos murder the shit out of everybody.
Is this the part where the bear comes through? Yeah. Look at that
Yeah.
bear.
I love how they, they like set it up like you're supposed to be so terrified of this lone Yao guy, when actually
Right.
you end up just like murdering them by the dozens.
I know.
Yeah.
You can take the path
Anyway,
I thought they were
I
gonna
have
be
no
like death
problem
claws.
with.
over the ridge.
Yeah, I have no problem with the green geckos are more like death claws for me. They always show up out of the blue and just murder the fuck out of me, and I have to reload and voice the hell out of me.
Geckos?
Anyway,
Really, Josh? Really?
Really?
dude, giant green geckos, they are not fun to fight. My problem with the whole tribal thing is that they're like, oh, they're Indians, stereotypical Indians
Yeah.
are what formed after the, what the fuck?
They're still
Did I
rubbery,
just
like
knock that club off the cliff?
yeah. You gotta remember these tribes are descended from like middle-class suburbanites of the
Yeah.
21st century.
Okay, here.
We're just eating all the food in the world in the middle of a fight. It's always happy hour at the
Do I
Cuthbert
still not have
buffet.
any more medics? So this is I love this fire axe weapon, if only because of its special attack. Look at this. Spin around like a dumbass and it just sends them flying. It's like, what?
They
Yeah,
didn't
getting
even
how
fix that.
stupid.
You
What?
remember in the
there's so
original
many
game.
of these.
You remember in the previous Fallout, they had that where the Yao Guai were like helium-filled rubber toys. When you killed them, they went flying off,
Yeah.
and they didn't fix that for this. They're still really.
No,
They might not be
this
as bad.
happens
They
to
might,
everything. This, the
but
fire
it's
axe.
really bad with. It's really
Yeah.
bad with the Yao Guai.
Yeah, it's something. I think it's something in their skeleton that just makes them extremely aerodynamic. I'm not sure.
Bouncy. I think they're made of flubber.
That would explain a lot. But no, anyway, back to Josh's point. I kind of agree. Like, I feel like it might be interesting if there's some like Dutch tribes or something. Even just like even just different stereotypes. Like, it doesn't have to be Native
Right.
American cultures emerging.
Yeah.
Right. Although, to be fair, I think, like, painting your face, try and think of a tribal culture that doesn't do some form of body paint. I mean, I'm sure you could think of one, but they're rare. You get everything from...
Yeah, like frat boys.
yes. Well, not that primitive.
Sentries?
Um,
Say our enemy's souls are trapped.
Dude,
but it.
Josh, that dog wasn't even hostile.
Yeah, it
This is
was.
somebody's
It was growling at
dog.
me.
What's wrong with
Shut
you?
up.
Why would you kill someone's dog?
What the hell?
Quick, run away.
What
Run
the
away
hell,
as fast as you
Hero?
can. Run.
I guess
What-
you had
what
your
am I
kick
running
the dog moment. They need to go on the wiki, people. See to it. See to it.
This absurd. I never get tired of that.
And
Yeah, like, almost
Kaku's
all
Kala,
tribal-
breathtaking ballet of death.
Almost all tribal cultures seem to have some kind of face painting. I don't care if they were European tribals or Native American tribals or African tribals. Almost all of them have some sort of body painting going on. So and you know, what are you gonna wear? You're gonna wear animal skins. Well, once you've got those two things, you're halfway to looking like a Native American. I think it's their language that doesn't need to be quite so Native American.
Their
They talk like
syntax.
Native
It's their syntax.
Yeah, that's
Well,
exactly.
it's
Yeah, you
implied
nailed
that
it.
these guys are actually from the Native American reservation.
Get the ranger hat.
But my problem.
Get the ranger.
Yes, the ranger hat is pretty cool. My problem
I like that.
is that like, and this was especially a problem in Fallout 2 at the very beginning. That's really what pissed me off more than anything else about this is the just sort of, oh, we live in teepees and have healing powder and medicine men and all this weird, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Like,
so
they
something cool
reverted
that
to,
was
like-
added with
That's kind of messed.
Okay, this
Like,
is
there's
no
a
less
scale of
racist.
society.
Yeah.
do I not have the empty bottles? What happened? Oh, I don't have the right survival. I'm actually going to end up leveling up my survival next time I level. That's gonna be weird.
Just really, just so you can brew your own Nuka-Cola.
Yes! They
Why?
added homebrew Sunset Sarsaparilla and Nuka-Cola.
Wait, if you
That's
homebrew
gross.
Sunset Sarsaparilla and you open it, do you still get a chance at getting a star bottle cap?
I have
Probably
no
not.
idea. You need, like, it requires
awesome.
that you use
These paintings
your own
show
bottle,
the
like one bottle cap
against
for each
other
one. So
tribes.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, you know what would be awesome?
kill that
Is
fish?
if, like, you could combine that with some sort of natural pigment or dye and make counterfeit star caps.
Yeah.
That'd be messed up.
But only if it's like this really rare dye.
I tried to make root beer once and it did not taste good.
Yeah, root beer is really best left to the professionals.
Watch
It's
out.
trained stuntmen.
Yeah.
Got to keep the white legs out somehow. Eh?
He says, watch out for these traps. All the, like, 2 bear traps, and these apparently keep the white legs out.
Yeah,
which-
he told me that
considering
after
the
I stepped in
incompetence of
one,
the
so
white
thanks
leg-
for that. Thanks for that, follows Chalk, or whatever the heck your name is. He was like, I'm like there with my leg ripped off, and he's like, watch out for traps up ahead.
I unarmed them.
Mum-
Then I was like, well, wait a second. If I unarm them, then are the white legs gonna come in? And then I was like, I don't care. It's more convenient if they're
know-
unarmed.
Yeah,
You know, if you
and they're
consider
worth
that they would
XP.
use if you consider that they would use a stick or a dog, a blind man would literally have no problem with these traps, so I wouldn't worry too much, Mumbles. If, like, all their defense budget is going into a couple
I know.
extremely rusty bear traps, perpetually submerged underwater, then you're probably not, like...
The least they could
probably
do
not Fort Knox.
is use a log on some rope and then release the log and then hit people with the log. That's what I would do.
Oh,
if I
so
was,
That's what- yeah,
Ewok,
that's what-
Ewok defense?
yeah.
Yeah, I saw a documentary
Exactly.
about how primitive cultures could use that to repel a more heavily armed invader.
So somewhere around here, I don't know exactly where. He's in this camp somewhere. Is the
Yeah,
best
it's right in front of
NPC
the cave.
ever.
Go ahead. It's right in front of the cave. I know you're
Do
talking
it.
about.
Do it.
Yeah, 2 bears high-fiving.
Yeah.
That's a callback
Yay.
to the first episode. To the original episode.
Ah,
Okay,
what
I don't think
the-
it really works when I do that.
Auslander Zupa Joshua Graham.
You're just trying to get us all drunk, aren't you? Well,
See,
us all.
there she is.
Why
with
would I
her-
be trying to get you guys drunk? Oh god, I just gave the shippers ammo. Forget I said that, please.
Sure is.
Oh,
You know, if
come
you've
on.
got an intelligence of 7, you can actually decipher her language and talk to her.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I usually
very
put
nice.
like points into int at the beginning, but I never bother upgrading it after that.
Yeah,
I
I'm playing
created
as
an
a...
base character with that specific interaction in mind.
Yeah.
Oh. You knew
It
that
was
that day
pretty
would
sweet.
come, where you would have to decipher
Uh-huh.
a fucking language.
You died
Also-
50 times to rad roaches
should have
just
given
for that
you a better
one
welcome
moment of
on your
glory.
first
Also, I might have had some bad intel that said that the final boss was a wicked game of Scrabble.
Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these
Oh,
days.
yeah, here's Joshua
this guy's
Graham,
voice is
and his...
super hot.
Did anyone from the
Yeah,
Mojave
he's got a really cool voice. It's right up there
And you're a courier.
with the ranks of, like,
Not the one I was
Garrus.
expecting.
Yeah.
He's
And he's
and
got
he's
an
got his
inf-
own unique
I don't know if
animation,
you're
which
both
looks
together
cool
now,
until you realize that it's
but you have
literally
my sympathy.
him picking up an
I pray for
infinite
the
amount
safety
of
of all
pistols and then putting
Yes.
them into an infinite
Even
pile.
Gentiles.
Yeah, good old Josh. Jesus, how many guns do I have anyway, Graham? You know, I guess, is there some sort of, like,
The dead
predisposition
horses
among...
are capable
Okay, you know how,
scouts.
like, in
Nothing
Freakonomics they talk
passes
about how
into or out
certain
of
names
Zion.
have certain
Not
trends
like
of, like, economic status and, you know, incarceration? Is there some sort of correlation
That
between
betrayal.
being named Josh
I
and
remember.
keeping a lot of weapons around? A lot of redundant weapons?
Warriors. New Canaan was destroyed.
It would be
What's wrong,
perfect if he
Rutskarn?
just
You jealous?
had an infinite pile of incinerators that he would pick up, lug from one side of the room to the other, and then put back
I want a
down
mod
for no
for that.
reason.
You hear me?
Passage is the
Make a
destruction
mod,
of the
somebody.
Canaanites. Almost assured.
He has this huge pile of them on his
The good
back, and he
news is
keeps
that we
picking
can
them up,
help you find your way back.
looking at them, loading them, and then putting
The
them back on
other
his back.
Canaanites has made
Okay,
many
so-
Forever.
They should do a thing where he loads,
The bad news
and then after he loads it, he looks down the barrel of the gun, and then he accidentally shoots himself in the face.
He accidentally shoots Marvin in the face.
But it's like Looney Tunes, and his face just turns black, and his beak goes on the other side of his head.
I will
He just,
And then he
just
opens
ties
up his
on
inventory
He sighs
and
and he
eats
ties
them.
on a different bandit.
not believe that because
He ties on a new bandit.
And then he opens his inventory and eats 30 things, some of which are not food.
Second, if you
Okay,
harm Daddy,
so we should probably
and
recap what's
the
actually
sorrows
going on
of
here.
dead horses,
If you haven't been paying attention,
I will
this guy's the Burned Man. He used to be like the aide of Caesar, and everybody talks about what a bad dude he was.
The
in both the
Malpais
sense of
legend.
kicking lots of ass and of just
Last
murdering and being a
waging
horrible
war
butcher.
against good
So I was not
bad
expecting this guy to be
souls.
such a good Samaritan when I
This
met
may not
him.
seem important.
Because he's
No,
talking about,
I-
like, you know, defending people
Really?
and, like, Zion
Yeah.
and just bullshit.
You didn't
Yeah, I
believe
couldn't
that? That's
reconcile-
like classic, like Christian character archetype,
You're a
where
good
someone
neighbor,
used to be
boy.
super bad, and then they
We all
change
know
and try and be
that
super
it's
good to
not.
make up for the
But
bad
he
things that they did.
started.
In such
He
times
started
as
as a
these,
Christian
our
character. He started as a member of this group, and then he went off
That's
and
why
was
it's
like
great.
this horrible.
That's why it's
butcher.
Zion.
This whole DLC is like a really interesting commentary on religion. Like, and you rarely fucking see that in video games where they'll just take it right to the wall. Just be like, oh well, he used to be a dude who did stuff, and he was also a Christian, but now he's not that anymore, and now he's a better person. What do you think about that?
But
Yeah.
not as worldly as you or
I do have to
I think-
admit, though,
how about
I
I
was
kill him and take the
expecting
stack of
him
45?
to, like, to betray you or turn the tribes into, like, a new Caesar's Legion or something in the end, but
Yeah, I thought he was
I don't know,
faking.
maybe if you get, like, the worst of the, well, worst depending on whether you want good karma or not, of the, like, military ending, I don't know.
Yeah, I wanted
okay.
to. I wanted to get a glimpse of his character arc. Like his character arc happened before we showed up. Here's
Yeah.
a character at the end of his arc, and I wanted to know, well, what made that happen? Why did you leave your group, your cult or whatever, to go join Caesar's Legion, and then, you know, what's driving you now that you're back?
And some of that can be addressed in his conversations, which you can unlock by doing quests. But I feel like not all of it. I feel like I was
I
left a little cold.
So here's
felt
something
the same thing.
annoying. I'm fairly certain there's no way to get down from this little cliff without dying.
Yeah, I
Wrong.
tried.
There's
I
a way to get down from any cliff without dying.
Yeah, not TCL.
I didn't necessarily
You
mean
abuse
PCL.
the shit
Oh, there was
out
a
of
death.
that command.
You know, that's a drink.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah.
So I'm getting kind of annoyed with this because I can't drink as much as I want to because I have to like reach off the keyboard and pick up the beer can and then
I'm
drink it,
one
and
beer
I have to
bottle
stop
in.
moving.
I'm 1 beer in. Let's do this.
I guess just tank some more to make up the difference.
I think I've got like half a beer left.
Is that your tribal name, Mumbles? 1 beer in?
That needs to go like in the credits. That's your credits title.
I think it's more like 10 beers in.
10 beers,
Alright.
high five.
Let me see if I can do a
10
beer.
beers. 10 beers, and she shivved the bartender.
Oh my god.
It's kind of long, though.
Some
Alright.
tribal names are given at birth, and some are earned. She earned hers at birth.